Imagine going out for dinner and while you're waiting you get a free manicure, or being served by a robot while staff cook your meal tableside. This isn't sci-fi. Welcome to Hai Di Lao, the Chinese hot pot giant valued at over $20 billion at its peak. So how did this once small shop in Sichuan grow into one of the most beloved restaurant chains in the world? Today, we break down the key reasons behind Hai Di Lao's explosive success. Welcome to Biz One. In my channel, we are going to break down some of the biggest brands, the keys behind their success, or the reasons behind their failures. Today, we're here to talk about Hai Di Lao, a hot pot chain of restaurants that originated from China. Now, if you haven't heard of hot pot before, it's basically a Chinese communal way of eating that dates back centuries. It's a very popular way of eating. You have a giant pot. Think of it like a fondue. You have some soup base, and then everybody puts in the ingredients to their liking. You can put in meat, seafood, vegetables, noodles, whatever you like, and everybody cooks in a communal pot. Now, you might be thinking that hot pot is a very standard product. It's very hard to differentiate hot pot. Sure, you can use different soup bases, ingredients, but Hai Di Lao does something very unique. They go all out with the customer service. They make the customers feel like kings and queens. So I'm going to break down some of the aspects of their customer service and their strategies for their expansion. While most restaurants focus on efficiency or maybe the quality of their food, Hai Di Lao focuses on the experience. Waiting in line, you might get free snacks and drinks, a phone charging station, a manicure or hand massage, or even board games or kids' play areas. These are all embedded and included in the price of your food. Once seated, guests are given aprons, hair ties, phone covers, and even glasses wipes. Again, all included. And if you're new to hot pot, staff will happily cook for you, offer personalized suggestions, and this kind of service turns a simple meal into an event. It gives customers a reason to come back. And I've been to Hai Di Lao a few times, and I've always felt that their service is exceptional. I find that the quality of their food is okay, it's standard for what you get, but the service makes it really unique. And we ordered a noodle dance, and you actually have a waiter come out with the noodle dough and actually pulls the dough and does a whole dance in front of us. Is it your birthday? They'll actually bring a little birthday banner, and they'll actually sing a little song and dance too. Again, it's all included. Because there's so much competition in the hot pot scene and industry, especially in China, they have to find ways to differentiate their offering. And Hai Di Lao has positioned themselves as a leader in customer service. Not only are the waiters and waitresses knowledgeable, but they go above and beyond to provide an exceptional service and experience. In surveys across Chinese social media platforms like Weibo, Hai Di Lao repeatedly ranks in the top 3 for customer satisfaction in the restaurant sector. I also went to Hai Di Lao in Taiwan, and again, the service is exceptional. We were flying in and we were about to, fly out after our stay in Taiwan, and they even gave us snacks and drinks for our, heading back to the hotel and our last night. I thought that the service was so thoughtful and generous too, that it's all provided and we didn't even have to ask for it. Of course, maintaining that level of service across 1,300 stores globally is very challenging. Hai Di Lao doesn't really franchise its operations, unlike Michui or Starbucks. But what they'll do is they will invest a lot in employee training, retention, and in recruitment. They treat the employees like gold. Promotions are merit-based, not seniority-based. Staff can earn bonuses tied to their location's performance, and exceptional employees are trained to open and manage new stores, turning them into mini entrepreneurs. This decentralized model gives workers real ownership, pride, and motivation. Their internal training system reportedly includes over 20,000 hours of content, and managers undergo rigorous service culture workshops before leading teams. So they invest heavily in customer service and training. because they know that if the customers have a bad experience, they're not going to return. There are a lot of hot pot alternatives and choices, and some even at a better price too. Compare that to high turnover rates in typical restaurant chains, and Hai Di Lao's commitment to loyalty and consistency really starts to make sense. Hai Di Lao also invests in technology, and tech isn't just a buzzword here, it's a backbone. When I went to Hai Di Lao, you do all of your ordering through a little iPad that's on the table. At Hai Di Lao, the restaurants look futuristic, and that's intentional. AI monitors ingredient freshness and inventory, smart kitchens reduce food waste, and robot servers even deliver food directly to tables. So with the touchscreen menus, the loyalty program, and even VR games at the table, this basically adds to the customer experience. And the technology allows Hai Di Lao to really capture on-demand data about their products and their inventory and their service. In Beijing, they even reduced kitchen labor by 40% thanks to automation because they kept the quality consistent and they really adopted a tech-driven approach to their operations. Plus, the Hai Di Lao app allows customers to reserve tables, pre-select dishes, and access loyalty points. So this is a seamless digital experience, and you can even utilize the app to incentivize customers to go more often to Hai Di Lao. So I've talked about the customer experience, but it's really personalized as well. Another key to their success is the ability to kind of customize the ingredients that you want. You can choose up to 4 soup bases for your pot with lots of different meat, veggie, and seafood options. So they have a little bit of something for everybody. And they also have promotions on their meat and others to really cater to different target markets. So they might want to cater to university students, so they might offer promotions specifically targeted to them. The cool thing about Hai Di Lao is that we can share different soup bases. So we can have like a mushroom base, sukiyaki, a tom yum, or even a clear base just to cook vegetables. And the company even remembers your preferences, especially if you're a regular or a recurring customer. If you use the app, you can get personalized recommendations, order histories, and this level of customization keeps people in control. So customers are more likely to be more emotionally invested in the experience. And it shows. When I went to Hai Di Lao and I eat, have a good experience, and I leave, there's always a line of people waiting to get into the restaurant. And Hai Di Lao also expanded strategically to really smart locations. They first expanded to places like US, Canada, and Singapore and UK, but they didn't expand recklessly. I know some franchises are more trigger happy when it comes to, we should just go, New York, London, Singapore, like go everywhere all at once. But here's the thing, they targeted areas with large Chinese populations, they localized their menus, and then they offered tailored menus, a bilingual staff, and they also adapted service models. They want to bring the Hai Di Lao experience abroad while keeping it authentic. Their first US location in Arcadia was near a major Chinese American community. It quickly became one of the highest grossing hot pot restaurants in the state, and they also invest heavily in brand awareness using TikTok, food influencers, and press-worthy features like robot waiters to create buzz. They also realized that they couldn't just create a fully Chinese experience because a lot of the American population was maybe more interested in the hot pot experience, and you had to cater to that as well. So to sum up, from robot waiters to staff promotions and global domination, Hai Di Lao proved that success wasn't just about food. It was about experience, execution, and investing in your staff. In a world of cookie-cutter chains, Hai Di Lao consistently reminds us that the customer still comes first, that it's their priority to make sure that they have an exceptional experience, and they've really positioned themselves as a leader in the service industry. Zhang Yong, the founder, started Hai Di Lao in 1994 with a vision. People came back not just for the food, but for how they were treated. So by doubling down on service, culture, and systems, Hai Di Lao quickly became a billion-dollar business, and growth is to come. we should see Hai Di Lao continue to invest and expand across the globe, becoming the #1 hotpot chain. That concludes my video and analysis of Hai Di Lao, and thank you for tuning in. Subscribe for more business content, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.